already... Oh, wait a second. Why are we underwater? Wait, hold on.
Oh, that's much better. Now we can breathe. Hello everybody, my name is Bunny and welcome to Minecraft Hardcraft, also known as Minecraft Hardcore. And today we are starting a multiple episode arc. Wow. That I'm calling the Road to Netherite. I want to update my armor to Netherite and my stuff to Netherite, you know. It's all shiny and fancy. But to get to Netherite, we need to follow a few steps. And the first step that we need to accomplish today is get ourselves a good old XP farm. And I'm going to show you the best XP farm / gold farm that I found. Well, it might not be the most efficient, but it's pretty easy to build. You can do it pretty early on in the game. It doesn't need anything fancy except for a silk touch pickaxe. Oh, well, you do need a diamond pickaxe because you're gonna need a bunch of obsidian. But besides that, it is pretty easy to build. And we are here in Turtle Island because one of the ingredients that we need for the farm is a turtle egg. And look behind us, there is already a few turtle eggs being laid there for us. So let's go collect them eggs. Thank you, Miss Turtle. That was super nice. So now that we have our turtle egg, woohoo, let's go build this farm. Follow me. So we are almost ready to go to the Nether and complete our XP and gold farm. It is a great farm. I really recommend it. And let's take a look then at what we're gonna be taking to the Nether. It's gonna look like a lot of materials, but I'm actually doing the farm, a self-sorting system, a trash can, and then an automatic on and off portal. So it's 4-in-1 things that we're gonna be building. So it does look like quite a bit of materials, but it's not that much. Trust me. So for the farm itself, once again, so you're gonna need obsidian, a turtle egg, trapdoors of any type, you need 17, a bunch of glass, in this case I'm taking 4 stacks and a little extra, a bunch of ladders, not that many, you're gonna need about maybe a dozen ladders, 16 stone slabs. Here you could have a double chest or a single chest depending on which design you're going for. I'm going with a single chest, a flint and steel obviously to light your portal, and then a bunch of blocks that you're gonna use for building. And we're gonna need an ender pearl because we are going to the Nether roof. Okie doke, artichoke, let's go. Oh, come on, you guys let me be. So sick of the hoglins. Always trying to hit me in the face. So I've taken advantage of the fact, is this one of my arrows? Yes. Wow, that was still there. I'm taking advantage of the fact that our Nether hub is already quite high in the Nether. I'm at 102 already. So if I go to the second floor over here and I start digging up this way, you need to get all the way in the Nether waste to 118. In this case, I was pretty close, so I didn't need to go very far. And what you're gonna do once you get to the Nether wastes at 118 is that you are going to dig a chamber that is 2x2 chunks. A square of 2x2 chunks. So I'm just gonna turn off my chunk border so you can see that this is a 2x2 chunk. So you're gonna dig this big room and we're gonna do the same thing on top. So you're gonna see the whole process of digging it out. And now we're gonna go right to the smack dab middle of this chamber and we're gonna make a Nether portal. So I'm gonna dig it down. So we want the Nether portal to be deep into the chamber. So we're just gonna dig 2 down and put our first stones there. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2. And again, we're a bit tight here, so we're gonna dig 1 more, 3. Then we're gonna dig here, more there, like so. And there's our Nether portal. I'm just gonna open up a bit so you can see it. There it is. Now I'm gonna close it back up. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna go up to the second level. Here you can grab whatever you want, and we're gonna build a little chamber right behind the nether portal. But we just want to do it one wide. We don't want to do it too wide. So you see it's gonna be like so, and it's gonna cover everything like so. So if I go behind the nether portal, there is no way to get in because it's all covered by stone. And I'm gonna start digging my way up to this level. There I did. 2-4. And we're gonna make it all the way to this, to Y121. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna dig the same 2x2 chunks rooms that we have down here at the level of 121. So let's just start. So there's just gonna be, if I make a hole, there's just one layer basically of netherrack in between one chamber and the other one. I'm just going all the way till I get to the end of the chunk. There we go, that's the end. And we're gonna go towards the end of that other chunk on this direction. There we go. Now we're gonna go 2 chunks on this direction. And as you see, you're gonna get a lot of netherrack on your inventory. But that's okay, you can use it actually if you want later for the building. Now we have 1 chunk here, so we're gonna go all the way to the second chunk. And something that is important is that you need to go and check that you are constantly in the biome nether wastes. As you can see, I am still within the nether waste. You don't want to be in another biome because it's gonna affect what kind of mobs spawn. And because we want zombified piglins, we want to be in the nether waste. Chunk number 1, keep going to chunk number 2. There we go, right at the corner. Just gonna cover that extra. Now we're gonna go this way. And there we go. And now we just need to clear everything up. And the whole principle of this, like the mechanics behind this, is that zombified piglins, just like zombies, are attracted to turtle eggs. They will want to go and jump on them. It's really funny to see them jump on an egg, but it's very sad because they're destroying the turtle eggs. But that's the whole mechanic. That's the whole principle. We're gonna have an egg that they cannot reach, and in trying to reach it, they'll go through the portal and they're gonna end up in our killing chamber, where we're just gonna dispatch them and we're gonna collect a lot of XP from them. Just for some reason, a lot of zombie piglins are gonna spawn. So now you have this huge mess of netherrack. Okay, so before we do anything, I almost forgot. You need to take a picture of your coordinates or write them down. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm also gonna write them down because double is better, right? So let me just write down my coordinates, which are -144, 173. That is where my portal is. And these are very, very important information. Now we're gonna go up and we're gonna dig a little hole in each corner, a 2x2 hole, like so. And we're gonna put some trap doors. And these are basically to allow the piglins to escape this chamber, because there's gonna be so many zombified piglins, and the poor piglins are gonna be scared, so they need a escape route. It's also a good way for us to access this second floor, because we're gonna need to, as you'll see in a second. Okay, we're done with the corners. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna seal the portal on the second floor. So this whole staircase that we created, we are going to seal it off. So I'm just gonna stand here like this, and I'm gonna start adding blocks like so. So it's completely sealed. I'm also gonna add one over there on top of the portal. And I already made it here, but you have to dig a hole here in the netherite. So if you're on the second floor, let me just add that there just for balance. If you're on the second floor of the chamber and you wanna access the portal, there is a little hole in which you can fall. And now we're gonna place our turtle egg. For simplicity, I'm gonna add a block here, but I'm gonna remove it, and you're gonna see why. I find it quite difficult. Okay, you need to get out, thank you, to do this. Otherwise, it's a bit hard to put that trapdoor right there. And we're gonna place the turtle egg right here, and we're gonna close the trapdoor. So there is no accessing this egg. It's protected now by the trapdoor. And you can see that he really wants to access it. They all want it. You see how they start flocking to it? And they really try to get to the egg, but they cannot do it. And eventually we're gonna start seeing dudes falling from the second floor as well, trying to access it. Yeah, it's really exciting for them to access the egg. We are not going to activate this portal at the moment. We could, but what's gonna happen is that we're gonna break our game. Because of changes in 1.21, they are gonna continue to go in through this portal while we are off doing our own thing in another point. And there's gonna be a bajillion zombified piglins on the other side. Last time I built this portal, I made that mistake and my game was so laggy and I was like, what's wrong with my game? I came through this portal to the other side, to the overworld. It was an ocean of zombified piglins, basically. So do not activate this portal right now. We're gonna have to trek back home. It's gonna be a bit annoying, but just leave it be. It's for your own safety. Now is where the exciting part of this build comes, because we are gonna go to the nether roof. So we're gonna go to the second floor of our chamber. We're gonna take this time to check that everything is nice and sealed. Look at the amount. They're already like just going ham, these dudes. Just checking that this is nice and sealed. Yes, there's no other way to get to the eggs. And you can already see how this works. And what you're gonna go do now, besides leaving those dudes there to chill, is that we're gonna dig even higher now to get to a block in the nether roof that is either at Y126 or Y127. As you can see, we're a block of bedrock. As you can see, we already have some bedrock here, but this bedrock is too low. If you go to your targeted block information, this is at 123 and we want it at 126, 127. So what we're gonna do is just kind of dig. Oh, first try. This bedrock block is at 126. I'm gonna ladder up all the way like so. And here's where I'm gonna grab my ender pearl. This is where the ender pearl comes to play. We're gonna go up. Keep pressing W, but you're gonna also add, so the forward button, you're also gonna add the jump button. So I'm pressing both forward and jump. I'm looking right here at this kind of corner in between the two blocks, like right on the top of the staircase, and I'm gonna throw my ender pearl. Boop. You're gonna take a little bit of damage, so make sure that you're not absolutely about to die. And you're gonna end in the beautiful nether roof. It's not beautiful, but there's a few mushrooms over there. It's very same everywhere. And this is why writing the coordinates was so important, because where the heck am I? I have no idea. But I'm gonna turn on again my coordinates and I'm gonna go to 143, 173. So I'm kind of nearby, obviously. 144, and then we're gonna go to 173. So right here, so this block right here, and we're gonna start piling up, and we're gonna want to pile up wide a bit. So we're gonna pile up all the way to Y244 with netherrack. So this can take a bit, so that's why I'm like, bring a few stacks of netherrack or any material that you have a lot, but you're gonna have a few stacks of netherrack after digging the chamber, so that should not be a problem. Okay, we made it to 193. Look at how the nether roof becomes like this red emptiness. It's horrible. 230, we're almost there. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. And now we're gonna place a glass block at this height. Now from here, we're gonna do 10 more blocks on any direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Just make this too wide so you can stand there and not feel like you're gonna fall. And here's where we're gonna build another nether portal. We're gonna need both our obsidian and our stone slabs and a few blocks you add at the sides of your nether portal. We're gonna go 1, 2, 1 there, 1 on this side, and then we go 1, 2, 3, extra block. Just gonna eliminate that one and add slabs on top of the portal to spawn proof it. We need to add a bit of glass in the back just to make sure that you do not fall through. I think like so, but we can add more. Yeah, now it's nice and safe. I'm just gonna add a bit more glass here too, and we're gonna turn it on. I'm just gonna make this whole runway too wide because I don't like it. Okay, only 1 wide, but it can be 1 wide if you want to. That is also fine, but it's a bit uncomfortable, right? And now we're gonna go back here and we're gonna build a 6x6 platform on having this point here of reference. So we're gonna do kind of like so. It doesn't need to be exactly 6x6. You just need to have a bit of a space here to place your portal and a few other things. So you're just gonna go like so. just make a little platform. That is wide enough for you to stand on and have some wiggle room. Now we go back to this one here, to our original block. And we are going to add 3 blocks. It can be netherrack in this case, 248. And then here is where our portal is going to start at 249. And we're going to build yet another portal. Same principle again. And you want to do the same thing that we did before of placing some slabs on top. And now we're gonna build the killing chamber, basically, which is gonna be built again with glass. And here is where I take kind of a different approach than the original design for this farm, because here is where I'm gonna start adding, instead of just doing the killing chamber the way the tutorial indicates, I'm gonna add my self-sorting system. Again, you wanna block the back. So one of the things that I'm gonna do differently than the original tutorial indicates is that I'm going to add slabs here. No, wait, I need to go one more down. You're gonna feel a bit claustrophobic down here, like so. So I'm gonna come here with my sword and I'm gonna start. Here is my like little space. It's half a slab space. So the piglins are gonna fall through here, gonna end up on this platform, and here is where I can hit them with the sword. Gotta make sure that it's nice and blocked on the other side, like so. Perfect. And now we are going to add our input chest. So we're gonna be doing kind of the same thing that we've been doing in our church of storage. Here's where my input chest is going to be, right on the side of the whole thing. And we're gonna add 2 hoppers going into it. So like so, and then another hopper going into this hopper. So everything that gets dropped by the zombie piglins, it's gonna fall into these hoppers and gonna go into the input chest. Okay, we are back. I had to fix a little bit of a mistake that I made, but so just so you know, if you want to follow this tutorial, the lower platform needs to be at 242, while the top platform where you're gonna build the first portal is gonna be at 245. So we're gonna put 3 rows of double chests because we are only sorting 3 items: gold nuggets, gold ingots, and rotten flesh. But the one thing that we're missing, obviously, is activating the farm. The farm is not activated because I told you that it would cause a big mess. So we're gonna go through our portal. Wait, where did I end up? Oh, I ended up underground. Okay, we're gonna break this portal. Oh, that's a bummer. Why are we underground? Okay, let's try to get out of here. Oh, we're so deep. We're in deep slate. Oh no, come on. Game, why are you doing this? Gosh, why are we here? Okay, I fixed the little problem we had that, well, because we're on the water, the game tried to create this portal wherever it could. A cave, which was the closest closed environment. This is a very important portal because this is a portal that takes us to the chamber. So now I'm gonna, oh, thank you, Dolphin, for that. And then we're gonna start the trek back home. So we go back into the Nether and we can activate portal in the Nether, the one that I left without activating, so we can start seeing if the farm is working. So you can see there is this kind of difficulties with the connecting portals to the overworld and the Netherworld. It can be a bit of a hiccup, but to solve it, the easiest thing, what I did, take the coordinates of the underwater portal and broke the portal that was underwater and recreated the portal at those same coordinates, but inland. So I'm gonna go back home. I'll see you guys there and I'll show you what you have to do next. So now comes the fun part where we're gonna activate our farm. It's not gonna fully work yet. You're gonna see why. Because we still need to build one more thing in the overworld. We need to build 2 more portals still. We're not fully done with the portal building. There's so many portals, but it's like, yeah. How many portals is it? I'm trying to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys, you're in my way. And now is when we need our flint and steel. Okay, how do we do this without being hurt by the piglins? There we go. So the piglins are all going through, well, except those. Those are kind of stuck there. But we'll be fine. And you can see that there's already a bunch of piglins making it through this portal. But here, they're not doing anything for us. They're not ending up in the killing chamber, right? They're just ending here in the middle of the forest. That's not what we want. We want them to go to the killing chamber. So we're gonna deactivate this portal and I'll come back to it and we're gonna make this portal an automatic on and off portal in a sec. But we need to build the kind of runway. It's almost like a runway that's gonna push the piglins into our killing chamber. And what we're gonna do basically is we're gonna move this portal up into the sky. So that's why the coordinates were so important at the beginning when I told you, like, write down the coordinates or take a picture so you know, because we need to know exactly where that first portal in the Nether, the one we just activated and ended up here, where it is in the overworld. And because in the Nether 1 block is equivalent to 8 blocks in the overworld, if you have Nether coordinates, you need to multiply them by 8 to get the overworld coordinates, and if you have overworld coordinates, you need to divide them by 8 to get the Nether coordinates. So our original coordinates were x minus 144 and z 173. So I'm gonna grab my calculator and I'm gonna do some math. So we need to go to minus 152 and then we need to multiply 173 times 8, 1384. So again, we turn on our coordinates and right now we're not exactly there. So we need to get to the real coordinates if you want. 1152 1384. So we're gonna pile up all the way to 190. There we go. And at 191. Oh, we got right in the middle of a cloud, I think. Are we? Yeah. Ooh. At 191, then we have our Nether portal. And we're gonna build a Nether portal this time that's gonna be slightly wider. It's gonna be a 3x3 portal instead of the 2x3. So a little bit chunky. It's gonna go on both sides and put some temporary blocks there. 1, 2. We're gonna add a bit of a guardrail right behind it, so mobs don't fall that way. We're gonna push them that way. And now we're gonna go this way and we're gonna bridge 11 blocks.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And on this 11, again, we're in the middle of the cloud, we're gonna build the portal. So you can see this second portal is, it's a whole block higher than the other one. And we're gonna do the same thing. It's also gonna be slightly wider. 1, 2, 3. Just bloop. And now we're just gonna make this whole thing slightly wider. So we're gonna make it 3x3, this whole runway in between the two. And then we're also gonna add a wall that is gonna be 2 blocks high. So nothing can fall on the sides, because this is gonna be basically based on piglins pushing each other. We don't want them to push each other off the platform. But obviously the piglins that are getting pushed, they're not gonna be able to go through this one. So we're going to add slabs right there. And now we're gonna activate both portals. Boop. And this one, I'm gonna go through this one. So once you've made it through the portal, back to the Nether, the farm is active. And the problem that it's gonna happen that if you go through this portal, you're gonna end up in that platform in the sky, and you're gonna be like stuck in a loop going from the platform back to here, from the platform back to here. And to fix this, what you need to do, and this is the last step to get this farm fully functional, is to get out of the Nether. And now we need to do the trek on the other direction. So remember last time we had to trek from the... What are you doing in my house? Trek from the farm back to our house. Now we need to trek from our house back to the farm so we can reactivate the portal down and get the whole thing working. So now I'm gonna go back to the farm and I'm gonna build the on and off portal so we can get this farm fully running. The only thing we're actually missing is our trash can system, because we have all these golden swords that are totally useless and I want to get rid of them. So let's go to our farm. Let's go check it out. So this, I think, it's a definitely thing you need to add to this farm, is an on and off switch, because it'll make your life easier. So we're gonna get in our... Let's go! So we're just gonna stand here and we're gonna wait until the farm starts functioning. It does take a second to start working, just because the zombified piglins need to push themselves through that platform in the sky, and that can take a second, but it should start working. Yeah, there it is. It has started working. It has filled up. And this works also as an AFK farm, because the piglins are gonna start cramming, entity cramming, and dying on their own. So if you just want gold and no XP, you can just run it AFK. This can become very relaxing. I mean, I don't know. You kind of need to turn off maybe the creature sounds. Maybe if you turn the hostile mob sounds off and you put on some nice music, this can be like a relaxing way to end the day. I don't know. If you're a freak like me, I guess. I find it to be quite satisfying to see the XP meter just go up, and I'm doing the least. So everything that is not being sorted out, as I said, it's gonna fall in this barrel and fall into lava and get destroyed. So you don't have to deal with massive amounts of swords. If you want to get rid of the rotten flesh, you can do that as well. Anything that you actually don't like. Okay, let's get out of here. That was good enough for a demonstration, I think. A proof of concept. Go do this farm. It is so good. So let's go back. And here is how you turn off the farm, basically, and get back to the Nether, and you can get back to your normal life. So you just need to have a little train ride all the way back to the other portal. Still need to clean this up. Ugh. Very picturesque view of the dark oak forest. And we're just gonna go and click on this. It's gonna turn off the portal. And then any piglins that zombified piglins now are gonna come here instead of up there on the platform. So let's just go back home. In honor of Halloween, I have downloaded a spooky shader. Look at this. Everything's so gloomy and spooky. Spoopy! Because Halloween is the spookiest time of them all. And also the happiest time of them all. Because I love dressing up and candy. Well, I love candy bars. So, yeah. And pumpkins. Pumpkins are cool. So, without further ado, this was the first episode on the road to Netherite. Now we have the XP. What do we need next? Well, we need a brewery next. Because to collect Netherite, you need to go to the Nether. And in the Nether, there is a lot of fire. And we're gonna need a lot of fire resistance potions. And we need a brewery to brew the potions. I mean, I can't keep brewing in my house like I'm brewing moonshine in my bathtub. We need a proper setup. So next episode, we're gonna build our brewery and keep on our road to Netherite. As always, thank you for watching and remember to stay hydrated.